Yo, what is up, bros? PewDiePie here, ready to embark on a journey into the depths of gaming hell. That's right, I subjected myself to 10 grueling hours of the worst games imaginable, all for your entertainment, and maybe a little bit of my own curiosity. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. The horrors that awaited me were beyond my wildest nightmares. We've all been there, scrolling through the bargain bin or the depths of an online store, enticed by the promise of a hidden gem. The thrill of finding something unique and special is irresistible. But more often than not, these deals turn out to be digital dumpster fires filled with clunky controls, questionable graphics, and stories that would make a 5-year-old cringe. It's a gamble, and sometimes you lose big. So, I gathered up a collection of these digital abominations, prepared myself mentally and emotionally, and jumped headfirst into the abyss. It was a test of endurance, patience, and sheer willpower. First up on the chopping block was Attack of the Mutant Toaster Strudels. The title alone should have been a warning sign, but I was feeling brave. Or maybe just foolish. The game boasted groundbreaking graphics that looked like they were ripped straight from a 1995 arcade game. Imagine blocky characters, pixelated environments, and colors that assault your eyeballs. Next, I dove into the world of Escape from Grandma's Basement, a puzzle game that seemed simple enough at first glance, but the puzzles were less about logic and more about exploiting glitches and hoping for the best. The controls were about as responsive as a sloth on tranquilizers, leading to countless frustrating deaths. Speaking of glitches, I encountered more bugs in these games than a cockroach-infested apartment. It was as if the game developers had a secret pact with the bug gods to make my gaming experience as chaotic as possible. Characters would randomly teleport to places they had no business being. Objects would disappear into thin air as if they were never there. And the laws of physics were mere suggestions, often defied in the most spectacular ways. At one point, I got stuck inside a wall and had to restart the entire level. It was frustrating, but also oddly fascinating to see just how broken the game could get. But hey, I'm not one to complain. Okay, maybe I am. Because these glitches often led to moments of unintentional comedy gold. They were like little nuggets of joy hidden in a minefield of frustration. Like the time I watched in disbelief as a character's head spun around like a possessed top, defying all logic and reason, or when an enemy soldier got stuck in a never-ending loop of walking into a wall. It was as if the game had decided to take a break from being serious and just have a little fun at my expense. These moments were a welcome respite from the otherwise soul-crushing gameplay, reminding me that even in the darkest corners of the gaming world, there's always something to laugh at. They were the silver lining in an otherwise stormy cloud of glitches and bugs. Section 4. The Psychological Toll of Awfulness. However, I'd be lying if I said these games didn't take a toll on my sanity. Hours of repetitive gameplay, mind-numbing dialogue, and frustrating design choices can wear down even the most patient gamer. There were moments when I questioned my life choices, wondering if subjecting myself to this digital torture was worth it. I started seeing pixelated monsters in my sleep and hearing the ear-grating soundtracks in my waking hours. But I persevered, driven by a strange mix of masochism and the desire to warn others about the dangers of bad game choices. Section 5. A Glimmer in the Muck. Discovering Hidden Gems? Now you might be wondering, amidst all this awfulness, did I find any diamonds in the rough? Sadly, no. Not even a cubic zirconia. Each game was a unique flavor of terrible, offering no redeeming qualities whatsoever. But hey, maybe that's part of the charm? Okay, probably not. But I will say that experiencing these gaming atrocities gave me a newfound appreciation for the artistry and craftsmanship of well-made games. It's easy to take for granted things like smooth controls, engaging stories, and immersive graphics until you've experienced the opposite. Section 6, 10 hours later. A Survivor's Tale. After what felt like an eternity, I emerged from my gaming dungeon, blinking at the sunlight and questioning my sanity. The world outside seemed almost foreign, a stark contrast to the virtual realms I had been lost in. I had survived 10 hours of gaming hell, but at what cost? My body ached, my mind was foggy, and I felt like I had aged a decade in those few hours. My controller was coated in a thin layer of sweat and tears, my eyes were bloodshot, and I'm pretty sure I developed a permanent twitch. Every muscle in my body screamed for relief, and my hands trembled from the intensity of the session. But I also gained a newfound respect for game developers who actually give a damn about their creations. The intricate details, the challenging levels, and the immersive storylines, they all require immense dedication and passion. So bros, let my experience be a cautionary tale. Gaming can be an incredible escape, but it can also be a trap if you're not careful. Be wary of games with too good to be true prices, because often you get what you pay for. Titles that sound like they were generated by a random word generator are usually a red flag. They might promise excitement, but often deliver disappointment, and anything with the words early access attached to it. These games are often unfinished and can lead to frustration rather than fun. Trust me, your sanity will thank you. Take breaks, choose your games wisely, and remember, it's just a game. Your well-being is far more important.